Good morning, kindergarten. Thank you for joining me today to go over our sound cards and to practice forming our two new letters for the week, which are letters C and letter O. Before doing this video, I want you to make sure you've watched our Fundation's Fun Hub video link that I have sent in an email so that you can practice letters C and O with the sound cards there before we start to use all of our sound cards. So if you have not done that, come back to my video after you've watched our Fun Hub link. Before we get started, we are going to practice forming letters C and O. So if you need to, go get your dry erase board that's been sent home and have a marker and dry erase board ready. Because once we say our sound cards, we're going to go right into practicing forming letter C and letter O, the lowercase letters today. Alright, so if you need to, pause my video. If you do not, we are going to get started with our sound cards. So here we go. Let's say them together. B, bat, b. F, fun, f. C, cat, k. T, top, t. O, octopus, ah. N, nut, n. A, apple, ah. M, man, And last one, G, game, g. Very good. Okay, so now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go get those dry erase boards ready. And just like we would do on our virtual ones, I've got my board and the letter that we're looking at. So we are going to be practicing lowercase c this morning or this afternoon with me. And if we look at how big lowercase c is, do you think it's going to be a skyline letter that is where we start, or a plain line letter? Very good. It's a plain line to grass line letter. We want to make sure when we're doing this, we're using the whole space and that our letter is staying lowercase. Also, we always start at the top line when we write. We never start writing from the bottom and go up. We always start from the top and go down. So today it's a plain line to grass line letter formation. So let's get our dry erase boards ready and let's give this a try together. When we make a lowercase c, I am going to start just a little bit below the plain line, but make sure that I come up, fly around the plain line, and down to the grass line, and curve up just a little bit more. Really simple, really easy. So again, I'm going to start a little bit below our plain line, curve it down and around to the grass line, and come back up just a little bit. But I am using the whole space when I make my lowercase c. And the sound card is C, cat, k. If at any point you need to pause our video so that you can practice more lowercase c's, go ahead and do so, or practice them on your own when you're done. But I hope your lowercase c is using the whole space. Wonderful. Okay, let's erase and let's move on to lowercase o together. Okay, so here's O, octopus, ah. And O is a vowel, that's why it's a pink card, because O does have two sounds. Right now we're learning the short vowel sound, the ah sound that O makes. We're going to be practicing the lowercase o, and if we look at its size, do you think that we start at the skyline for this letter, or do we start at the plain line for this letter? Good, we start at the plain line. And the reason we practiced lowercase c first was because when we make a lowercase o, we do the same motion as lowercase c, but we just close our gap. So what I want you to do is I want you to make sure that you're starting just a little bit under the plain line, if not at the plain line. Curve it down and around to the grass line and around again. And ooh, that was a very shaky O for me because I was doing it upside down. So I'm going to turn my board and try to make a nicer one for you. So again, starting a little bit under the plain line, curving it down and around to the grass line, and coming back up. That's a much better O for me. But again, using our whole space, plain line to grass line space. We're not going above it and we're not going below it. We're just keeping it in between that space and always starting at the top. O, octopus, ah. Very good. All right, and let's erase our boards. We are done practicing lowercase c and lowercase o letter formation, but before we end our video, I want you to try and think really hard. Is there a word you might know that starts with the ah sound, like octopus, but can you think of something different that starts with the ah sound? I have mine. Let's see if ours is the same in a second. Think really hard. Ah. My word I came up with was ostrich. How about you? Good practice. All right, now let's think about something that starts with the k sound. Think really hard. Something that might start with the k sound. I have mine. Did you think of one? My word is cake. It starts with the k sound. Cake. Good job, boys and girls. Thank you for joining me today. Keep on practicing at home. Practice those sound cards with me. And I can't wait to see you in the classroom this week. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.